Assalamu alaikum to everyone. Our today's topic is price elasticity of demand and types of price elasticity of demand. So far, the meaning of price elasticity of demand is concerned. The concept of the price elasticity of demand was introduced by Professor Alfred Marshall in the study of economics in 1890. This concept, elasticity of demand, was introduced in the study of economics only to overcome the difficulties of the law of demand. As we explained the law of demand yesterday in our first lecture, in which we explained that there exists an inverse relationship between price and demand. Law of demand says with the increase in price, demand falls, and with the fall in price, demand increases. But it only shows the change. It only shows the change in demand as a result of change in price, but it did not show the degree of change. It did not show the percentage change. It is because of this, to show the percentage change, how might the demand change with the change in price. To explain this, the degree of change, this concept was introduced. Elasticity of demand refers to the responsiveness of change in the quantity demanded of a commodity as a result of change in its price. Or we can say elasticity of demand means the percentage change in the quantity demanded of a commodity as a result of percentage change in its price. This is what is the meaning of the price elasticity of demand. Now we are coming towards the types of the price elasticity of demand. We have 5 types of price elasticity of demand. We are going to explain these 5 types. First we will see the example here. EP is called delta Q by delta P into P by Q. This means while EP is price elasticity of demand, delta means change. P is the price and Q is the quantity. P is the original price, Q is the quantity. Del Q means the change in quantity demanded of a commodity, and del P means change in its price. Coming towards the types of the elasticity of demand, our first type of elasticity of demand is highly elastic demand, or we can say more elastic demand, or it is known by another name, relatively elastic demand. This demand shows that when there is a small proportionate change in price, it is accompanied with a big proportionate change in demand. Means the price changes, but changes with a small proportion. It results a big change in demand. So we can say when there is a big proportionate change in demand as a result of small proportionate change in the price, the elasticity of demand is said to be highly elastic or more elastic, or you can say relatively elastic. See here in the diagram, along vertical axis we take price, and along x-axis we take quantity demanded of a commodity. Our initial price is OP, quantity demand is OQ. When price increase from OP to OP1, it results a change in the price. It falls, it results a change in the price. The change in the price results a change in the quantity demand from OQ to OQ1. But the change in quantity demand due to the change in price is more. Proportionate change in demand is more than the proportionate change in price. Elasticity of demand is said to be highly elastic. We are drawing the demand curve. It is a downward sloping dd dash, and its slope is flatter. Elasticity of demand is greater than 1 or greater than unity. Sometimes we are asked, what is the slope of the demand curve in case of highly elastic demand, relatively elastic demand, more elastic demand? We can say it is flatter. It is downward sloping, but is flatter. Coming to the second point, less elastic demand. When we are explaining the less elastic demand, it is totally contrary to that of highly elastic demand. In the less elastic demand, again here demand changes with the change in price. But opposite happens. Here when there is a big proportionate change in price, which is accompanied with a small proportionate change in demand. This is contrary to this one. Here, the demand changes as a result of change in price, but the proportionate change in demand is less than the proportionate change in price. We are saying when demand changes less than proportionately as a result of change in its price, we are saying it is known as less elastic demand. Constructing the diagram, along vertical axis as usual we take the price, and along x-axis quantity demanded. See here, OP is the price, OQ is the quantity demanded. Price increase from OP to OP1. Error denotes here. Quantity demand falls from OQ to OQ1. But the proportionate change in quantity demand as a result of change in price is less than the proportionate change in price. Elasticity of demand is said to be less elastic. Symbolically, we can say ED means elasticity of demand is less than 1 or less than unity. The slope is steeper, not flatter, steeper. So we can say in case of less elastic demand, the demand curve is downward sloping. It has a negative slope but is steeper. The third one, unitary elastic or more elastic demand. In case of unitary elastic or moderately elastic demand. Unitary elastic or moderately elastic demand can be explained when there is a change in price. It results a change in the quantity demanded, but the change in price and the quantity demand are equal. There is an equal proportionate change in the demand as a result of change in its price. Suppose if the prices are changing by 10%, quantity demand also changes by 10% within equal proportionate. See here, price change from OP to OP1, quantity demand change from OQ to OQ1. Quantity demand falls from OQ to OQ1 with the result of change in price, increase in price from OP to OP1. But the proportionate change is equal. So elasticity of demand is said to be unitary or moderately elastic. In case of moderately elastic, demand curve has a U shape. It is not complete U, it takes a U shape. See here, D dash, U-shaped. And we can say that in case of unitary or moderately elastic demand, demand curve is U-shaped. You can say ED is equal to 1, neither less than 1 nor more than 1, equal to 1 or equal to unity. Then the fourth one, perfectly elastic. In case of perfectly elastic demand, there is a change in demand when there is no change in price. Price doesn't change. It brings a change in demand, and demand changes to the infinite. It takes an infinite change with the change in the price. See here, OP is the price, OQ is the quantity demanded. OP is the price, OQ1 is the quantity demanded. Demand increase from OQ to OQ1 with no change in price. When quantity demanded increases, when quantity demanded changes with the zero change in price, we are saying elasticity of demand is said to be perfectly elastic. And ED is called infinity. Elasticity of demand is called infinity. And the slope of the demand curve is parallel to x-axis, parallel to horizontal axis. And we can simply say, sometimes we are asked, what is the slope of the demand curve? In case of perfectly elastic demand, our answer should be, it is parallel to horizontal axis. It is a straight line to x-axis. Then the last one, perfectly inelastic demand. Just like here, perfectly inelastic demand is contrary to that of perfectly elastic demand, like less elastic demand was contrary to that of highly elastic demand. This perfectly inelastic demand shows that when there is a change in price, prices are changing, sometimes increasing, sometimes falling, but there is no change in the quantity demanded. When with the result of change in price, there is no change in the quantity demand of a commodity, the elasticity of demand is termed as perfectly inelastic. Symbolically, we can say ED is equal to 0. There is no change in demand. See here, OP is the price, OQ is the quantity demand. Price falls from OP1 then to OP2, but there is no change in the quantity demanded. When there is no change, zero change in the quantity demanded, we can simply say elasticity of demand is said to be perfectly elastic. Its coefficient is ED is equal to 0, elasticity of demand is equal to 0, and the slope of the demand curve is parallel to vertical axis, parallel to y axis. This is all about. Thank you very much.